Rosannes' ex-husband just stabbed her in the back with the claim of why she intentionally got show canceled by the conservative Jew for RWNofficial.com. While in an interview on CNN's Anderson Cooper, 360 Roseanne Barr's ex-husband Tom Arnold had no issue whatsoever in floating a totally different take on the whole racist tweet mess. He added that he just knew after looking at Barr's tweet feed that night that this would happen by just how far gone she was prior to the offensive tweet about Barack Obama's former White House advisor Valerie Jarrett. He then said that he knew this would not end well. But Arnold also said that he was surprised that ABC didn't take steps to stop this from happening. While he recalled how he felt prior to the network canceling the sitcom, in fact, I tweeted a lot because I figured someone would take her phone away or monitor that, because it's dangerous when you have that much money on a show. Arnold went on to add that Roseanne is not the Roseanne he married in 1990. In 1990, she was a feminist. Isn't that nice? He really, Tom Arnold, actor and ex-husband of Roseanne Barr, speaks to CNN's Anderson Cooper about a racist tweet that led to her sitcom cancellation on ABC.
Thanks for being with us. Sorry it's under these circumstances. I'm wondering first, when you saw Roseanne's tweets yesterday, I'm just wondering what went through your mind. Were you surprised?
Well, I was not surprised that what went down and that the show was canceled. I had a feeling this was going to happen when I first heard it was coming back, that there was a reboot. And
you thought this might happen? Why?
Yeah. I just know, when I heard about her politics, I knew she was when I read her social media in the very beginning, and I saw how she was so into the conspiracy stuff with Donald Trump, and so how far gone she was, and the Pizzagate, and Hillary's a pedophile, and Obama wasn't born here, and she was, you know, a birther, and how crazy that was. I just knew that this would not end well.
So were you surprised then that ABC chose to bring it back? Because obviously they saw those tweets as well.
Right. I was surprised that they didn't do anything about it. In fact, I tweeted a lot because, you know, I figured someone would take her phone away or monitor that, because it's dangerous. You know, when you have that much money on a show, it's you know, we had the First Amendment, we also have the Second Amendment, but you don't just give someone a handgun to walk around the stage there. You gotta, well, hopefully you don't. You gotta be careful. They risked a lot, and I tweeted a lot to watch out, because I could see it coming, because she, you know, had a lot of, by the way, this monkey thing is something she's tweeted before about black people. Why is it okay? It's a meme that she and thousands of our alt-right fans do. They love calling black people monkeys. It's not a one-time joke. Okay?
Yeah, she said something about Susan Rice a couple of years ago, referencing.
Well, no, but there's more. Look on her tweet. They do it because we have a white trash racist president. That's a fact. That is, Donald Trump is, Roseanne and I both known in 30 years. That's an absolute fact. And instead of saying, Donald Trump going, okay, everybody, hold on together, he says, oh my gosh, what about me? That's insane. That he's like, well, what about people making fun of me? How about stopping? When
you were married to Roseanne, I mean, you also worked with her on the original Roseanne show.
Yeah.
Did she display any signs of, you know, racism or xenophobia or conspiracy theory kind of beliefs?
When I met Roseanne, I just worked at a meatpacking plant for 3 years in Iowa, and she was a little older, and she was a feminist. I never met a feminist even. She was so much more evolved than I was. I mean, I was a meat packer and a bouncer and a young comic, and I learned so much from her about, you know, about not just being a liberal, but about that kind of thinking. You know, I grew up in southeast Iowa, so I'd never been around different kinds of people.
So what do you think it is that changed her? I mean, because clearly what you're saying is the person you knew when you first met her and when you were married Obviously, you know, she's talked about mental health issues before.
Well,
But these conspiracy theories and obviously these racist statements. What do you think?
Here's the thing. I have mental health issues myself. Roseanne obviously does. It's something that, right before we got married, I went to rehab. I'm an alcohol and drug in recovery for both those. She was there for me. And then after we got married, we dealt with her mental health issues as a family. And she's done amazing with that. And, it's something that she's dealt with. And I can see that. And the thing I have to say this about the president we have and his gaslighting and lying. You can see him perpetuating mental health issues for the entire country. Every day he gets on TV and lies, and he perpetuates fear and anxiety. He never says things are great. He says, oh my gosh, look how dangerous it is in the inner city and black people. And I really genuinely believe he thinks black people are dangerous and Mexicans are rapists. He believes that. And so he's perpetuating that fear to America. Watch out, Mueller's lying. He's after me. And so Americans are sitting home like Roseanne and her fans are like, oh my God, what is happening out there? And they get anxiety, and they have anyone with mental health issues like Roseanne is going to heighten things, and she's having mental health issues right now, and I'm sure that's part of this. It doesn't make it okay.
Yeah.
They had to cancel the show.
You told the Hollywood Reporter today that Roseanne, in your view, may have wanted the show to be canceled.
100%.
Why do you think that is? I mean, I think you were intimating in the interview that, she does something, it's successful, and she's not happy with it, or she feels she's being mistreated or something. Is that why do you think she wanted it canceled?
Well, I feel from day one, she didn't get created by credit on her own show. So which is what was not her fault. Obviously, she deserved it. So from day one on the Roseanne show, she felt like, okay, I'm not getting, so there's always been that. So I feel like, that she probably, as I'm watching this happen, by the way, as she keeps sabotaging things. When the Parkland kids, she called one of them the Nazi, and then they had to take it down. So she throws Nazi around a lot. So I'm talking to my former stepkids, who I love, and they're suffering through this. So I look at it like, as this is going on, like also, once you have stepkids, you always see them as kids, even though they're 40, and they're suffering. So you see this thing happening publicly. So I tell them, listen, first of all, I would love it if she came out and said, okay, I'm sorry, I've gotten too into this thing. Maybe I need to step back, and maybe her fans would see this. I wanted one Donald Trump supporter, one person that's all in on all this conspiracy, Hillary's a pedophile, Obama's whatever, to say, wait a minute, maybe that's not true. Maybe everything Trump says is not true. For the whole country to say. But anyway, so as this weekend approached, I can see it coming. I can see things going. And I tweeted at Wanda Sykes, because Wanda Sykes is like, impeach Trump. And I said, hey, it's too bad you aren't on a TV show. She's the head writer of Roseanne. It's too bad you aren't on a TV show and you could do something about it. It's none of my business, but I stuck it in there. And then Roseanne put a picture of Hillary Clinton and next to a donkey with buck teeth. For some reason she did that, and I said to Roseanne's daughter, your mom needs to apologize to Hillary Clinton.
Well, I know you were hoping that somebody in her life would basically kind of intervene, take her off Twitter. I gotta get a quick break in, Tom. If you could just stick around, I want to talk to you on the other side of this. We'll be right back. We're back now talking with Tom Arnold, Roseanne Barr's ex-husband. Appreciate you sticking around. Do you think that Roseanne has people in her orbit right now who can kind of intercede, who can maybe get her off Twitter or help her out in terms of how she should move forward from this?
I hope they're fired today. Again, I've been there 24 years. Today, obviously, obviously, but I sense that today, after something like that maybe the people close ranks, and I know her son did as good a job as humanly possible of taking down stuff on Twitter and trying to keep, our kids are amazing kids. They do everything humanly possible, and they love their mom so much, and maybe this is for the best, the family to pull together now and just be a family. And so there's no, other people, somebody could have done. There's a million things I was offering. I said, listen, tell your mom that Donald Trump doesn't carry his own phone. He has a dude do it, and he thinks of the tweets. And another guy, he's so important, he has another guy type it, and then she won't carry her own phone. Or have a fake phone. There's a way to do a phone that goes into another server. I had a whole bunch of ideas.
Let me ask you, because one of our former guests was saying that he felt that President Trump had been friends with Roseanne for decades and decades. I understand that you actually question whether President Trump was really ever a fan of hers or just wanted to take credit for her ratings. Because I know you say that one time Mr. Trump criticized her directly to you after your divorce.
Well, we filmed the HBO special at his the Trump castle. I knew him better than Roseanne. He used to come on my sports show. I went to the Playboy Mansion with Donald Trump. I wasn't the creepy guy. We went to visit Karen McDougal. I knew him a little bit. Donald Trump, he's not friends with anybody. Okay, once we were at, I think it was Elton John's AIDS thing for the Oscars.
Right, the Oscar party, which we actually have a picture of him talking to you there.
Okay, this happened. He's with Melania, and I'm with my wife at the time, Shelby Bruce, who's a political consultant, and he said to me, "Oh my gosh, you've married up in the world," oh my gosh, and he goes, "Roseanne was disgusting." I mean, he said that to me out of the blue, you don't want no matter what kind of divorce you had. That's a weird thing to say. That's in the moment. I'm looking at him what?
That's what was happening in that.
That's what was happening in that moment. It's such a weird. I remember thinking, why would he, why offer that? And he just was sort of dead-eyed, just offered that thing. It was weird because it was a while after a divorce, and just to offer that matter of fact.
So when you heard the president essentially embracing her for her ratings, saying he called her up in that speech, talking about how great her ratings were, and that it was about us, or that was the term he used talking in front of this audience. Do you think that was genuine?
No, I think it was sad. It's like all the people that today, I'm sure, disappeared from Roseanne's life. There's all kinds of alt-right, the people that want to start a race war, civil war, they're all gone. All the people that were just worshiping her, the QAnon people yesterday, and they're gone because she has no show today. So there's that. And so, that's sad. Yeah. But it's also sad that she called black people monkeys, because that hurts people's feelings. And I'm tired of white people going, well, I'm going to it's okay for us to, we didn't mean it. It's ridiculous in this country that we're always justifying it. Michael Caputo or whatever, hey, that's a no, what do you call it? A trope?
A known trope.
That's ridiculous. Shut up. It hurts people's feelings. Yeah. What is wrong with us?
Well, it's certainly a racist comment, and not the first time she said that.
No.
Tom Arnold, I appreciate talking to you. I'm sorry it's under these circumstances.
All right.
Thanks very much.
Well, as you can see, Anderson Cooper enjoyed this interview a lot. That's why it was so long. I didn't expect that. But let's get down to the end of the article. The Roseanne reboot on ABC drew 25 million viewers its first week. President Trump has credited the show's high ratings to a perceived focus on issues that resonate with his supporters. Entertainment Tonight co-host Kevin Frazier said that by trying to reach Trump supporters, ABC took a huge risk on Barr, who, outside of her support for Trump, traffics in right-wing conspiracy theories. I think they knew what they were getting into with Roseanne, Frazier said. He added that while it was the first attempt by a network to try and catch the Trump train, it was wildly successful and likely won't be the last. The talk co-host Sarah Gilbert, who plays Roseanne's daughter Darlene and is also an executive producer of the show, tweeted, "I am disappointed in her actions, to say the least." Fellow comic Rosie O'Donnell called Barr's tweet racist and childish, but added, "I love Roseanne quite a bit." Well, this guy, he's speaking out about Roseanne Tom Arnold here. He wouldn't have been anything without Roseanne. You know, he could have said something. See, I preferred Dan's reaction. What's his name on the show? I mean, he carried himself much better by not answering anything, saying that I'm not going to get involved in all of this hype. And talking about conspiracy theories, yeah, I get it. They're making us sound like lunatics, actually, for believing that the country was going to be brought down to the ground, which it actually was going that way without Trump getting into office. And he's claiming that Roseanne was racist back then. No. 30 years we never heard anything about this. All of a sudden now? No, they just wanted to attack a conservative and get her off the air. They don't want the fact that conservatives to have a voice, and I think that is wrong. And the fact is that all the liberals can go around saying whatever they want. That's not racist. That's not anything else. But yet, once it's a conservative, oh, then all hell breaks loose. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.